Hello, I'm going to show you how to use the Blue Letter Bible app on your phone or tablet, and it looks the same on both a phone and a tablet for Android, in order to look up a Greek word or something. So the first thing is, I'm just in some other passage, and you open up the app, and then you click on the magnifying glass, and you can look up a word or you can look up a verse. I'm going to look up a verse because on page 5 of the DJ, it has you look up James 1:4. And in my Bible, it uses the word patience, but it gives you all of the different words that are translated from this Greek word. So it is very interesting. I do want to see what this Greek word is, because sometimes there's not a whole lot of different options to translate something to, but when many different versions choose to use many different words, then this is pretty interesting. So I'm going to plug in James 1:4 and then search for it. It says, let patience have her perfect work, that ye may be perfect and entire, wanting nothing. So I'm going to click on that verse. Then I click interlinear. You'll notice there's a bunch of different things that you can do. There's text commentaries, there's dictionaries. So dictionaries will give you another set of options. Cross references, that's something that you'll need in the fall, hopefully, but I'm going to click interlinear. And then look, it has the Greek sentence there for James 1:4 at the top. That is it in Greek. And then it has every one of the words. But, patience, work, her. You'll notice that, for example, in the King James, it has her italicized because that was a word that the translators had to add in order for the sentence to make sense. And that this is the direct word for word translation here, where it has the Greek word and then what was the English word chosen for each one. So for her, there was no word in the Greek. They added that in. And you'll also notice that it is in a different order sometimes, like, but patience, work, her, perfect, let have, because the Greek structure is different from the English structure. So now let's click on the word. All right, we see patience here. Patience is the one that we're supposed to be looking for. So what I was doing before that was incorrect was I kept poking patience, the English word, and if you do that, it will show you how many times that word is used. But what we wanted to click on is this G5281 right underneath there. There you go. So now this has the Greek word ringing up. And you'll see at the top here, it has at the top left, it has G5280, which means Greek, and it's 5,280th word in Greek, going in alphabetical order. And it has the transliteration, which is what you're supposed to write down. That's that HYPOMONE with a apostrophe. And then here's the pronunciation. You can click on it, and it will pronounce it.
Strong's G5281. Hupomene. Hupomene.
Hupomene. We found out last year that whenever it says the Y in the transliteration, that it actually makes a ooh sound. So there was another word last year that looked like hoop sauce, and then somehow we remembered that hoop sauce was how we imagined a basketball hoop with sauce on it. But this is hupomene, and I guess that you could come up with some sort of mnemonic device, like if somebody put mayonnaise on your hoop, you'd have to be patient with them. I don't know. I'm just making stuff up. So, and then it tells you, you'll notice if you scroll down, it will have outline of biblical usage, which you also have to put on page 5. It has you write the Strong's definition, but you're also supposed to write down the outline of biblical usage, and it's the Roman numeral I.1, which would be this top one here, and it says is the first definition, which would be in the New Testament, the characteristic of a man who is not swerved from his deliberate purpose and his loyalty to faith and piety by even the greatest trials and suffering. So you'll notice that that is something that you're going to need to know for your DJ. But then if you scroll down, there's the Strong's definition. So it says hupomene, and it's cheerful or hopeful, endurance, constancy, enduring, and then it keeps on going, enduring patience, patient, continuance, or waiting. And just like Pastor Scott said in a few of his sermons recently, that wait and patience are often translated the same thing. So I hope that that helps. It is confusing. Sometimes there will be these other different dictionaries, like the Thayer's Greek Lexicon. And here it shows you other places where the same word is used. So there's a lot of interesting stuff. I hope that that helps.